We're doing it and boop, we are live. Oh my god, we're late. Wowza.
No, we're right on time.
We're an hour late.
Early.
So we're a half an hour late. Okay.
We're
Exactly.
2 hours early.
We're 2 hours. Oh my god, what time zone are we supposed to be streaming?
I need to go to bed and we're 2 hours late.
Oh.
Mr. Krabs, I want to go to bed.
Okay, it has been a wild day. I am very tired. It was a run and it was a workout and it was karate. And then Kate and I were dealing with audio issues. Kate's microphone. Is there anything that anyone wants to get off of their chest before we hop right in?
New chapel tomorrow.
New chapel rowing tomorrow.
New chapel tomorrow.
They're fixing Notre Dame.
Yeah, she is.
Yes, she is.
Oh, okay.
Or is she burning it down for a second time?
No, she's a construction worker. She's fixing it.
It's her.
And a lawyer and a
lawyer.
plumber?
Plumber and a PI.
I've been a lawyer,
Nice.
a cop, a businessman. I sat people in a movie theater one summer.
She's the giver.
Okay.
That's all.
And also, Gab's dealing with some camera stuff. Gab, you still there? You good? Gab is
apartment
not
burned
good.
down.
Personality changing silence.
Oh God.
She'll hop in when she's ready.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not sure how to respond to absolutely nothing.
Sorry,
Okay.
I was using the bathroom.
Oh.
How dare you, Drew? We'll let her use the bathroom
Oh
in
my God.
peace.
Wow.
Well, given the fucking fire alarms going on, I was like, did the gas leak hit her apartment now? What the hell's going on? Okay.
She's right there.
He's right there. Okay. We down to hop in for an uber short session?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay, then, as always, want to play some D&D?
Yes.
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 Yes. Did someone say no? Did you say no, AJ?
No.
I said yeah.
Oh, okay.
No.
No.
Oh!
Also, AJ, Nico, fuck it. Oh my god. Okay. Then
AJ's big day.
AJ's big day. Then, as always, how about a deep and cleansing breath before we begin? Sound good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, then please join me. Feels good. And everything after the breath is canon. Last time, on the palm and the fist, Kenneth Ward died. You all took him to hell and back, literally. You had a brief conversation with Yasa Six Spirals, found a portable hole filled with thousands of gold pieces, and have now been invited to a proper feast set up by the All-God Cleric and his deacon celebrating your victory. So now, we pick up right where we left off. Now, this session's gonna be a little bit shorter, so I'm gonna skimp on some details, skimp on some travel. I'm gonna cut out some like random encounters that I might have had cooking in the brain just to get you guys to the meat as fast as possible. We're probably not gonna get through everything that I had planned. We might not even get to AJ's big day, but damn it, we're going to try. So, a quick note about my idea for this session. You guys do have some downtime before the feast will commence, so you have a bit of time to follow up on any threads you may be curious about. Off the top of my head, this could include, like, chatting with, like, the Duke or Rahi or any of the NPCs on your ships by, like, calling them to shore. It could be chatting with each other. It could be exploring the Ziggurat and uncovering its history. It could be meeting up with him. Or it could be pulling on any other threads or doing anything else that may be dangling and rattling around in your mind. So, with all of that, the floor is yours. What do you all do?
We should check in with him. Yes.
We should go to bed. We should go to. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, we should check in with him and then maybe at least like take a nap for an hour or something. I have no magic left, so I'm tapped. So none of you are allowed to die.
Would be fine. We're about to feast, so let's go find him, and I'll start heading to where we ran into him. when we were coming to beat Ken's ass.
Okay, got it. Gonna go see him then. You guys are able to turn your backs on an incalculable amount of wealth as you then begin to retrace your steps throughout the ziggurat, going deeper, like again, ascending up through the ziggurat, through the temple, through the All-God Cleric's quarters, and begin to go to find him, who is still within his private chambers right off of the side of the All-God Cleric's throne room. As you guys get there, again, he is now, his face completely covered. The All-God Cleric is nowhere to be seen right now. As you guys are able to find him within his quarters, what do you guys do?
Going into the space that he's in, so he has like his face covered and everything.
Yes. So just to restate kind of how he looks, he is in complete black, like vestiges, but like on top of him he's wearing like a bunch of chains. It looks like at least like maybe like 15 pounds of like necklaces and jewelry, all representing different faiths, and his head is covered in almost like a shroud of some kind, where like he's wrapped around the like around the nose, around the chin, around the neck, around the head, and then he has a veil over his eyes that he can see through, but you guys cannot see his eyes through.
Okay. Then approaching him in that room. Him, I know we didn't get a chance to speak before. Are you all right?
Thank you for coming back to see me. I am unharmed, I am well fed, I am well taken care of, but they're not... The All-God Cleric keeps coming to me and keeps asking me questions that I cannot answer, and I'm afraid that if he is angered, it may become violent or penitive.
And I know that you don't have memory of it, but do you understand why it is that he took you? What happened before you lost your memory?
If the stories, what I've been able to piece together, are true, I am his brother. He has my face, half of it, and I was his strategist. I was his preacher. I was the one that would rally up those who were non-believers. I was the one who would work on relationships between the different cults underneath our rule. But I don't have those skills. I can't help him the way that he's asking me to, and I'm running out of excuses.
Okay.
Well, then it's good we got here when we did. We have a method of calming him down, so if he gets agitated at you, we have a way of negating that for a bit.
Aside from Cowrie and maybe Olive, none of us are who he thinks we are. So we're all in that same boat together.
Well, I think
Like, he knows
her
like, you
is,
are,
I
and
think...
her is too.
You remember Charlotte, but not her.
In a way, I think all of us are, because they were building a new effigy that it looked like AJ, right? Or was it too soon to tell?
It looked
It was
like
on the
AJ,
way.
yes.
But what, they think we're some heralds of his bidding? I don't feel that way.
No, he thinks we're the heralds of specific gods. AJ, you weren't there, but one of the reasons we're here, and the quest we're on, is to obtain these godly weapons that have been tied to these ancient heroes who were tied to these gods, and we have reason to believe that we're all connected to them. And it seems somehow the All-God Cleric knows that we're connected to them.
Drew, would that ring
They-
bells in my head from the flashback you gave me like a while ago?
Absolutely yes, and also I will say, so you are caught up along with everybody else. AJ, not to the full extent, but Mabel Redwood, orc form, the body you now inhabit, while after your brain was extracted, explained what was going to happen to your body and explained the godly weapons to you, so that you would know what you were going to lose out on.
Okay.
Bitch.
Bad lady.
Joke's on her now.
The,
For her ace.
my greatest fear is that they're going to... They've been... I know that you have seen... Well, have you seen what he can do? The power that he can call to him through his sword or hands or spells or whatever he's able to do? You've seen it. They've been killing people every week to bring you here. And I'm worried that if I don't start performing in the way that they need me to, that they're going to start killing people in my name to bring my memories, to bring me back. And I don't want that, and I don't know how to prevent it.
What things is he asking you to do right now?
There are many... It's fractured. It's difficult to understand. What I'm able to piece together is that none of these religious orders, some of them follow gods that oppose each other. Now, they seem to be kept in line by a large, non-religious faction called the Inquisitors. And that's like the general peacekeeping force. But you have gods of fire opposed to gods of water, gods of the sea opposed to gods of the desert, gods of death opposed to gods of life, night, and the sun. There are so many factions here, some of which have been warring with each other for longer than time could possibly explain. If I'm correct, my job beforehand was to negotiate between them and keep the all-God faith together through sermon, through offering, through procedure, through uniform, through arming each other, through practice, through training. And then I disappeared. And it seems that the All-God Cleric has been keeping these people in line through fear and violence alone, not having the presence of mind to negotiate, not having the presence of mind to keep these factions together with anything other than complete domination. And I think some part of his mind has understood that he's not able to... I think we're on the cusp of something horrible happening here. And I think he thinks I can turn back time and fix that.
Okay.
What's the story you've told him, if anything?
Well, in all honesty, I am around some of the most charismatic people I've ever known since I've woken up, almost every day. I have told him that my head hurts, and I've told him that from the adornments of my chambers here, that I need to sequester myself, to give myself to give myself penance, to give myself punishment for my grand absence in order to bring myself back together. But I feel like the lie is going to begin cracking soon.
Well, we're hopefully going to meet the leaders of the cults today. So maybe if we speak with them and we understand a little bit better where it is that they all stand on everything, who's conflicting with who, maybe we can give you some better information to work off of.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Or we can turn them against him and Get them to our side. Because we're not leaving you here, him.
No.
No, you're not. No, you are not. Thank you.
We came here with a list. Kill Ken. We did that. Kill the All-God Cleric. We're going to do that. Get the godly weapon. We're going to do that. And free you.
I like that plan. I like that plan a lot.
Good.
Now, also, I don't think he's going to let any of you leave without that permanently fracturing your relationship with him. All-God Cleric, not me.
Yes, that would make sense.
Well, it'll be incredibly fractured if he's dead.
Irreparably so. Preferably so.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do we know for sure that he, like, will stay dead?
There's something weird going on with him. Other than the obvious.
Cast a wish spell.
Yes. And his blood is weird.
His blood is filled with magic, almost against his will.
Yeah. What was that motion? What did that mean?
Moss, just a little bit
But
up.
you're speaking so quietly, I
Oh.
can't hear you.
I thought it was about the lore.
No.
I was like, what hints is
Crank it up.
Crank it up.
His
Yeah.
blood is filled with magic, almost against his will.
Hmm.
And he was casting magic from different schools, or different, because he was like casting. I like distinctly remember him casting a spell that I was like, that's not a wizard spell, and wish is a wizard spell.
Everyone here give me a religion check. We're gonna say this is gonna be a DC 15.
Guidance.
Two.
Oh.
2,
Ooh.
3.
3,
14.
14.
After the guidance and my +1, it's a 4.
It's a 4. Oh my god.
We're killing it.
Killing it.
What was it, Gab? Oh, we can't hear you.
Hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Hello.
Okay. I was just gonna say, I had a 6. Did any of us get over?
I'm flipping my coin.
No, I'll
I'm
use
flipping my
hold
coin.
on. I'll use my second guidance. Okay, yeah, that's
14 plus what?
plus 4, 18.
An 18. Olive, I
Nice.
feel like your history of intense studies and reading, fiction, non-fiction, just growing up in the Terraborg Manor, having that library at your disposal, you went into religious texts. You went into, like the history of the Dawnbringers of Lathander. You went into the idea of, like, the druidic groves of Sylvanas. You went into all these different ideas. And you realize that the spells that the All-God Cleric cast it is not domains of wizardry, they are all within the cleric spell list.
Oh.
And it caused him, like, physical pain when he was casting these
Yes,
spells, right?
that we were able to find a weakness. These
So that
powers he
seems
have,
like
they exhaust him.
something we could try to exploit.
Definitely.
And I think with that wish spell, that was the one that hurt him the most. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
it's a 9th
Yeah.
level spell.
Oh yeah, as a big boy.
It's like the most powerful spell known that a mortal can cast. But he couldn't choose to catch it. It cast it. It kind of happened by chance.
Yes. There were all those.
You
Yes.
mean that we got lucky? There's no luck here. What are you talking about?
It felt like the universe was rolling dice, and that was what we happened to land on.
Well, but I will say that in universe, it does happen at random. You didn't really see any, like, it's not like he went, time for a big one. It seems that, like there is a certain level of, like, randomness.
Yeah.
Because I rolled a 9 and then I rolled a 4. And it was like, roll on the 9th table, 4 gives you wish. And so...
Hmm.
Drew, we're not sponsored. You can't show the label.
We have to have a pair.
Not safe for work juice.
A lot. We have to have the pear symbol like taped over the apple.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they did
Oh my
in
god, guys, we're getting banned
Nickelodeon.
right now because it says Drew's blowing the shit out of that prime bottle. Okay.
Baby,
We
baby.
can't say
That
the
generic
name.
energy drink bottle.
Okay.
We have to dub this in post.
Ah. Just blur all this. Okay, sorry.
But it seemed like he does have some connection to the divine. That's how he was calling on these spells.
Well, he talked about how he hears everybody now. He hears all the supplicants to all gods. And he's basically every god's cleric. He's the all-God's Cleric. I wonder if there's a way, if we were fighting him, if Cowrie could amplify that.
Ooh. Like instead of making it harmonize,
Ooh.
making it worse.
Yeah. And maybe it could
Interesting.
stun him or slow him down. Because you are like the chosen one of sound. So, not out of the realm of
What's the opposite of crying and singing? Just screaming?
Thrashing music.
Kyra, you have to find you some bagpipes.
Filibustering. Filibustering for an issue that does not matter.
Oh,
Or like
man.
really high pitched sounds that are almost like hurtful to the ear.
Yeah.
Or I don't know.
They're like, I don't know, they're like expressions of I'm trying to think of what they have in common. They're expressions of emotion. And so the opposite of just like
I think it's just
I get in his face and do not emote at all. No emotion.
well, with your loot, I'm sure you could figure it out.
Yeah.
Isn't there a spell called Dissonant Whispers?
There is. It's one of my favorites. Thinking about how I used the lute at Balar Fortress to kind of like tune into those frequencies. Like, could I make like a Arcana check? Is that the kind of like could I try and do that to the All-God Cleric, but like in reverse? Like I wanna tune into him
Okay.
the wrong way.
Go ahead and give me a performance or an arcana check.
Oh, it will be performance.
Okay, got it.
That is what it will be. Let's roll this die. Natural 20.
Okay,
Woo!
awesome.
Woo!
I'm gonna give you the generic, and then I'm gonna get into like just above the table like mechanic kind of stuff. That's a cool idea. I'm gonna be honest. I did not. What you guys are discussing right now, I did not even consider a possibility, and so I want to reward that creative thinking.
Okay.
Number one, you get the sense. 100%. So you get the sense like, okay, you're crying when you were a baby. It was like an untapped magical expression of emotion that like happened to have harmony occur within the All-God Cleric's mind. When you sing, that's a deliberate action which causes harmony in his mind. Because of you tuning into Balar Fortress, and I'll say that you can do this either through like a physical expression of emotion or through like music theory, through like different tones, different chords, different sound structures, you would be able to reverse, you automatically know, you would be able to reverse that to cause effects that were not clearness of mind, that were not harmony. Speaking to that mechanically, and I don't have anything prepped for this whatsoever, but I will say that like if you, Cowrie, like delving into like, maybe not like music theory in your mind, maybe it's like shanties that make you want to fight, shanties that make you want to cry, shanties that make you want to go to sleep, like things like that. Tapping into different kinds of songs or different kinds of like expression of song will cause different effects of the All-God Cleric. Such as, for example, you could put him into a rage. Now, why would you want to put him into a rage? Because in this sense, if he gets into a rage, he would no longer have any allies. He would just start attacking everybody around him.
Okay.
And we can talk about like other emotions that are interesting, but that's the first one that came to my mind.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. binaural beats to fall asleep to by Carrie Shadrack.
Spotify coming soon.
Yeah. Okay, good to know.
I'm gonna turn to him, and ask him. I heard you mention a lot of different gods and cult people that follow these gods.
Mhm.
Did he say anything about like storms?
No. He knew you were coming with the effigies, but of all of the people, of all of the leaders that have come to swear fealty, to praise my return, that have come to the All-God Cleric with issues, I have not seen a single representative of Talos or any storm god.
Huh. Yeah, because I did my thing with the arms and everybody seemed afraid. Not a single person was like, not that cheerful's the right word, but everyone just seemed afraid.
He has mentioned that there has been a call. I'm not sure how, some kind of prayer, some kind of offering that will call storm worshippers to this place, but I'm not sure if that's real. I'm not sure, because I'm not sure if the effigies brought you here or if I brought you here. I'm not sure if that call was legitimate. I'm not sure who will respond. I'm not sure if it was sent out. But that is what his understanding is.
Okay, well, to clarify, the effigies did not bring us here. You're the one that brought us here. Just, yeah.
Thank you. He kind of like gestures like out of like a nearby window like to the remnants of Zurigo and goes, I'm not sure if that's what they believe though.
Yes, and well, speaking on that, you should know, I mean, you seem to be doing your best here, but what we're going with right now is we're going with that the effigies did bring us here, that
Yes.
we're playing the parts.
Yes, okay. I will try to find any remnants of history from anyone that remembers me to see if I can piece together any sort of a personality that could give the All-God Cleric what he wants. But I am confined to the temple because he doesn't want me to begin wandering or get myself hurt in any way.
You could talk to his deacon. He probably remembers.
Hadassah, yes, I will. They are attached at the hip most likely, but if there's ever a moment where they are separated where I can find her and just speak with her, that could be very useful.
What did
It
you
seems
say her
like
name was? Sorry.
Hadassah.
Hadassah. It seems like she is very invested in keeping the peace, since she, in the first place, didn't tell the All-God Cleric that Ken had taken me. So she might, I think you may be able to be take this with a grain of salt in case I am so wrong. I think that you may be able to be a bit more honest with her, and she might give you some pointers on the cults and the All-God Cleric.
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna make a roll about this. He goes, she seems to be the one who is giving advice to him, but how much is what? She seems to be an organizer of the people who directly follow him. How much influence she has, I'm not sure, but I will try to gain as much as I can from her.
Okay.
We don't really trust her from the little bit that we've seen, right?
No, don't trust anyone here.
Good idea.
Fair enough.
She's untrustworthy because of her proximity to him. The All-God Cleric.
Yes.
Not you, him. have any memories of what your name was? They called you the All-God Preacher, but did you have it? Because he doesn't remember. It hurts him to think about it.
He tried to remember, and then blood began pouring out of one of his ears. My understanding is that,
And points to her and goes,
whatever happened to us that caused us to become as we are now, something similar happened to him, which has prevented him. There is only the All-God Cleric. Anything before is either erased or is locked away.
So he doesn't remember your name?
No,
The deacon could.
the deacon could.
So, question though, because Ongo wants us to kill the All-God Cleric, right?
Yes.
Does that mean the All-God Cleric brings people back to life? Or is he the one that was brought back to life and that's why they're trying to kill him?
He cheated the god of death, so that's why Ongo and the accountant need him dead. But I don't know. I don't know if Radarhi said he wasn't always like this, so something happened that turned him into that. So it's possible he died and was brought back.
Who's
Or
the
brought someone back.
accountant?
He's a god of death. One of the gods of death. I met him.
Like on the street or like?
No, Ongo took me to meet him, and I was like, okay, meeting. And then I briefly died to go meet him, which makes sense. But then I came back, so it was
Drew,
fine.
you could correct me, but has AJ seen Ongo, or is that just like a name that gets thrown out? And I'm just like,
does AJ want to meet Ongo?
I don't know.
Go.
He's been in the corner the whole time.
He's right over there, AJ. Can you see him?
Do I see someone over there?
Yes, you were able to notice that a new hourglass has been added onto Ongo's gauntlet that is filled with small little gears and screws. And you are able to look over AJ, and you're able to see a 5'11", 6 foot tall, half-orc man, gray skin, white hair. He has like 2 tusks. He looks old, like 60, 70 years old. He looks old for like an orc's standards, essentially. And all of his clothing, like black leather jacket, black boots, black gloves, wide brimmed like black cowboy hat. The only skin that is showing is his face and like the hair coming down as he goes.
So that's Ongo. I don't like that shit at all.
He grows on you.
Alright.
Oh, and he also has a little purple flower crown on his hat.
He sure does.
Yay! My favorite image of Ongo.
He has a sense of humor. He doesn't seem like it, but he does.
Has he ever said more than the expression I just got?
He can speak, but chooses not to.
Okay.
And once we
What
kill the
if-
All-God, once we
but
kill the
what
All-God
if-
Cleric,
what if what he says will help us kill someone he wants dead?
Well, once we kill the All-God Cleric, he's going to help us out. That's part of a deal I struck with the accountant.
You couldn't have
yes.
bartered for like an
It's
extra
not.
step?
It's yes.
There were stages.
Your boss said yes. I know.
One, we got one.
One he
Yes,
goes.
yes,
Oh, we-
yes. The first one you don't. If you don't want to, it seems like you like us, so you want to stick around. Yes, and the second one, yes, is that you can help us out. And the third one is we get a boon from the accountant.
So there's
Which-
3 people we have to kill.
Yes, the All-God Cleric, MRPHD, and Captain Indago. Not in that order, but
What a frick. The last guy.
Oh my
I
god,
just-
AJ missed so much.
I just should have heard. This is your thing.
Oh,
This is your
wh-
character arc.
What, him?
No, Captain Indago.
Captain
Oh.
Ooga booga.
Well, first I turn to him and I go, "You don't see Ongo, right?"
Who the hell are you guys talking about?
It's all right.
I remember that
Just-
one time that all had a heart attack, but
Okay. No, that's fine. He's just in the corner. Don't worry about him.
Until
No,
2
you-
minutes ago, he wasn't real to me either, so I'm not even sure.
He's
What do
chill.
you
We
mean
like
he
him.
wasn't real to you?
He never met him before.
Is he going to become real? There's no one standing there. You know what? Yeah, I'm not
Probably,
gonna...
probably not.
Is it that people who have died can see Ongo, or is it like
Yeah.
just us?
Ongo holds up his gauntlet, and the hourglasses on his gauntlet are visible to all of you.
It's just us, right? That's what that means.
So what if we
You
killed
cannot,
him?
Ongo.
What if we killed him and revivified him? Would he be on your no, okay? But what if we killed
That was
him?
him's reaction, not Ongo.
Well, him goes, whoa!
We're not gonna kill you. We're not gonna kill you.
What if we
Please.
killed Oh, my thing's blurry. What if we kill him and then take him to MRPHD? Would he then become a thing on your gauntlet?
We don't know who MRPHD
Well, like-
is, really.
I don't want to get in the nitty gritty, but like, I wasn't really dead. I was a brain in a jar, but I was like kind of conscious, like semi. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know rules.
You watch as Ongo goes, and he takes his hand up. He takes his hand onto the hourglass on his gauntlet, that's full of like gears and screws, and he pulls it off of his gauntlet. And AJ, Ongo disappears right in front of you. The rest of you can see Ongo, but AJ cannot.
Oh.
Okay.
Yo,
can, like-
he's gone again. I don't know what the fuck's happening.
I don't think there's very good ventilation in this room, so I think we might have to leave soon.
Ventilation?
We're in Gab's apartment.
We have carbon monoxide poisoning.
And AJ, you're all able to, except for AJ, you're able to watch as, and the hourglass snaps back onto his gauntlet, and AJ, he appears to you once again.
Oh, he's back again.
Okay. So Ongo controls it with his fun bracelet.
With his infinity gauntlet. No.
And Ongo disappears to all of you.
Aw, bye Ongo. Love you.
Oh, so Captain Indago, real quick,
Yeah.
before the carbon monoxide gets to us. Okay, so the hypothesis is there's this guy, he has a big boat, like an aircraft carrier, if an aircraft carrier was canon in the game. Deer clumping above, my bad. The carbon monoxide. Anyway, he
What's
drives
carbon
a big...
monoxide?
He drives this big ship, kind of like in the middle of a storm. Me and him, we died. He brought us back to life. We worked on his ship. I was the first mate. I have this little thing inside of me similar to what we took out of him. Were you there for that at the Love Temple?
I don't think he was.
AJ was there.
Oh, was AJ?
No, AJ had just left.
No,
That
no,
was-
AJ was there for the Love Temple.
Oh,
I believe so.
Yes.
I believe if
yes.
AJ's memory serves him well enough that he tried to kill himself at the Love Temple.
You jumped through a wall of fire at one point.
Yeah, exactly. Wasn't that there?
Yes, that
So
was-
Yes.
the little thing that came out of him is also kind of inside of me, but like it is inside of me. That's what gives me my powers. But we interact differently. And Captain Indago brought us back to life. Okay, I think that's it.
Pretty good summary.
That's about it.
The
Oh,
story-
Auntie changed me. No, he didn't change me. But when I was flying through the lightning, I saw him. I saw the ship.
the storm that his ship is in, it's the Fury you're talking about? It's the storm, or it's like something else?
Most likely, probably. I don't know if we fully know yet, but that would make the most sense.
Cool. So I got the updated hit list. We're good.
That's a subsection of our overall quest.
It's enough for me to go on for now. If you
Yes,
hit me with too many things, I'm just gonna shut down. Stop
Understood.
I
listening.
think, and Captain Indago, out of game. Captain Indago was the one rolling the dice too.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
He has my coat, and I would like that back.
Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm.
And he rolls dice. He might have a gambling addiction.
He is gay. He is the coalescent form of gambling addiction.
I only knew him as a folktale. I didn't realize he was real, but
Yeah. AJ, oh my gosh, we really need to get going. But AJ, did we ever tell you about our good friend Joe Jabber and what he saw of you?
Once upon a time, AJ knew the name, but I don't know if I ever was told what happened.
I think
Well,
it was after you left.
you were gone. You were gone.
Mm-hmm.
This man held up his hand, and a little figure of you popped up.
So Cowrie showed him the image of AJ.
Oh yeah, so he told us the tale, and it sounded like you holding up the sun.
He grasped the sun in his fist, and he had a scar on his forehead. But that might not be AJ, that might be AJ's body.
It would be MRPhD piloting AJ's body.
I find it hard to believe that scrawny ass
Like
body
a
could hold up
Gundam.
the sun, but like maybe, I don't know.
But it's the
Probably the godly weapon.
it's the thing. It's like the engine, it's the power source in which
fist?
part? In the fist. Do we know that, or is that an out of game discussion?
You would know that, yes.
It's
Because
the-
Mud told everybody.
Yes,
It is known as the Everglow.
that one. And it's probably a godly weapon.
It's a mace. It's a glowing mace. We know this
Mm,
because look at the effigy.
Good point.
You guys are so smart.
Cool.
It's a mace of fucking Lathander or some shit, special or whatever.
That was why we were contemplating between coming here or going to the Fists, because
Oh,
MRPhD is most likely on her way with your body, but we came to rescue him and kill Ken
Well-
and da da da.
Here's the thing too, the fist can't function without the artificial sun, so there might be some bureaucracy, red tape that she has to go through first.
Something tells me she doesn't care much for bureaucracy.
Yeah, but it's her, like, she's just, what is it? What's the Dragonborn, or the fucking, not
Bronzeback?
curve cut, Bronzeback, yeah. That's who's running all of this, and who was piloting MRPhD, and so Bronzeback operates out of the fist, and so, it'd be like, I feel like it'd be like cutting off your own supply to, I don't know, it feels like, we don't even know what he's gonna do with it.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Her, you're still holding Ken's head. Did you want to do something with that?
Yes. We killed Ken. I have the head. We're going to deliver it to the Duke because I think it might make him a little happy.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
I have to remain within the temple. I can walk you to the edge of the temple, but I cannot step foot outside of the temple.
That's fine. Yeah.
Sure.
All
What
right.
if you
Yes.
trip and fall past this imaginary line? Like, what happens?
I don't know, man. I don't think I want to find out, though.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Do you think the All-God Cleric believes in accidents?
Probably not.
Coincidences?
It truly is AJ's big day.
If you do fall out of the temple, tell him that it's like a sign from God or something.
One of them.
One of them.
I've fallen down the stairs, brother. It's a sign from God.
POV, you're my grandma. Okay. My grandma's fine, by the way. Oh, holy shit. Okay. All right. Well, with that, anything else you guys want to say to him?
Do we have any way of keeping in contact with you should we need to?
I got 2 pieces of good news. Number 1, I can't leave. Number 2, I am arguably the most protected person here, above you guys.
Okay.
Okay,
If you need me, you know where to find me.
that's true.
Exactly. But will you walk us out?
Yes. Here, this way. And him will guide you guys through the North Shore Temple, through the ziggurat. And we'll guide you guys back to the city. Now, next on the docket, what do you guys want to do?
We have a present.
Or
Mm-hmm.
for the Duke.
Or
Okay.
the Duke?
Yes.
Now, here's how we're gonna do this. You guys, okay, as you guys are walking through the temple, a lot of servants come by and they just go immediately quiet back against the wall and they nod their heads completely at you as you guys are walking by. You guys are the run of this place. You guys, as you begin making your way down the stairs, as him goes, it is just a straight shot to the ports that way down the main road. No one will harm you here. You are most likely being protected by people either that you can see or that you cannot, but no one will harm you here.
Okay.
He nods, heads back inside the temple. And as you guys are walking, you guys get the sense that you are not allowed to go back to your ships. If you go back to your ships, this is gameplay-wise, if you go back to your ships, that is, once you pop that cork, the All-God Cleric will assume that you have abandoned him, and you will no longer be viewed as an ally of him, and the game will change. And this entire game will change going forward. However, through any of the number of means, we don't even got to talk about it really, you can call people to come and row to shore to come and speak to them. And then you can decide if they go back to the ship. You can decide if they stay with you and your party. It can be any one of the NPCs you've picked up so far. All you gotta do is just say who you want to come to shore and whether or not you want them to stay.
But
Make
they're
sense?
they're not gonna be forced to stay, is what you're saying.
Not them. No, they are considered your
Okay.
followers and can take care. Your ships are totally protected. You can go back to the ships. They can go back to the ships, take care of the ships. But you guys have essentially left your ships behind until you are done with this location.
Okay.
Guys, that was the game giving us a message. Are you sure you want to proceed?
You still have quests in this area.
I feel like it's way funnier making him come to us to get his gift and then making him go back with a head in the boat.
All right, I'm here.
Dude, we're God's chosen.
Roll harder.
You come
So-
to us.
The Duke and Rahi? So we can update both of them?
Do we think the All-God Cleric's gonna remember Rahi?
Mmm.
Well, to be
Doesn't-
fair, Ken was the one that like provoked him in remembering who I what or who. Yeah,
Because he never saw you.
saw us.
He also
Right.
never saw, and also I'll say he never saw Rahi either. You guys were a known force in this region, but you guys
Okay.
never came into contact with each other. And
we are going to call Rahi from now on Havri, and that is what we're going to say while we're on this island.
Wait a minute. We should probably not have Rahi come because don't they want storm worshippers here?
I mean,
Do
they're all busy. I don't.
They got shit to do.
Also, Gab, straight up, I need you to know the fake name that I had cooking for Rahi was Riha. So we're the same brand.
Can it be Reba? Can it be Reba? Can Rahi's fake name be Reba?
I liked Hari.
Hackentire. Reba Hackentire.
Havri.
Hari.
Sorry.
Hari.
Hari Riha.
It's like
Okay.
that woman on TikTok who she calls it like egg speak, where she's like
that's what Thieves Canon is in this universe. So.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. We're all good with bringing Havri and the Duke.
Hari.
Yes.
Okay.
Hari and the Duke.
We'll just kind of wave, and hopefully they understand we're trying to call them to
Give
shore.
me an R. Nope, give me an H. Give me an A.
Okay.
R.
Let me see. I believe it's this. Change the music a bit.
And they understand that.
And they
And they'll
understand.
come.
Yeah.
Yes.
We just spell out, come here.
YMCA. We're taking it back, folks.
Mhm.
You can come to us on shore.
Oh, you guys are able to hear Rahi as you guys spell it out like the YMCA. Rahi goes, Duke, you look fine. Let's go.
Aww.
And
we hear that from miles away.
she yelled, well, you're not miles away. You're like 100 yards from the ship, essentially.
Okay.
She grabs the Duke, flies them both over to shore, and Rahi and the Duke are now with you guys at the south shore of the North Shore city of Zarigo. Rahi looks unchanged. She looks totally fine. The Duke looks totally different. The Duke is much less colorful and much less opulent than he was before. It seems that in the Duke's, he is now out of his small clothes. In the Duke's insane wardrobe of costumes and different pieces of like armor and stuff, he has put together a little bit of a new outfit. And the Duke looks much more like a pirate than he did before. You're able to see that he now has on like a leather brown, also very expensive, leather brown jacket with like shoulder pads and with like elbow pads. You're able to see that he has like billowing like off-white pants. He has like a huge belt with a buckle that kind of like covers his stomach. You're able to see that he has like he still has the cummerbund, like kind of like Pliss-esque like shirt, but now it's like open, going like down like in between his chest. And for his hat, he has a wide tri-corner hat with like two multicolored feathers coming out of it. Again, his like long like ramen-esque hair coming down over his shoulders, and he has a flintlock tucked right like into the crotch of his pants. He does not own a holster, and his sword to his side.
Gun safety. Nobody knows gun safety. Bud is constantly like, those things are armed. Careful.
And they're here. What do you guys say?
Well, it's good to see you, Havri and Luke.
Our good friends Hari and
Havri
Luke.
and Luke. Our followers.
Our followers.
The Duke looks and goes, It is always a pleasure to be blessed with your presence, her. And the rest of you, it is good to see you. I assume you have found your friend. He got a 10. He got above a 10 for above a 10 for just like a basic deception check. Rahi looks at you, her, and goes, That's not my name, and you know that's not my name, and you're messing it up to get a rise out of me, and you will.
No. Our good friend, the All-God Cleric, knows of things from the past associated about things in the past, so we need to change. There's things that gotta be changed. Hari and Luke.
Can I do a perception check to see if somebody's watching us right now?
I mean, a ton of people are, definitely, but no one is daring to get close to you.
Okay.
Like,
As
magically.
Magically watching you?
Magically?
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check. Yeah, sure.
Guidance. Fuck! I'm stupid.
Is
9.
Will Bardic get you there?
No, I'll use my other guy. I'll use one of my 2 guidance. I did a guidance on myself. I'll boost it up with another one. 11.
11. Unsure. I mean, like, no one here seems to have any intention to hurt you. Whether or not they're aligned with you, they know that you're much more powerful than they are.
Like if her leaned in and whispered everything that's actually going on to Rahi.
I mean, you're not gonna know based on that, but what I can tell you right now is that no one around you looks like they want to hurt you.
Great.
Okay.
And that's all we're going to talk about in terms of that.
Okay.
What we have other things to talk about is that we have some gifts for you. And I first pulled the tattered robes and stuff and hat of the Dukes, and I go, I'm sorry I couldn't get it back in better condition for you, but I thought maybe it'd be nice seeing your old clothes again. They were in hell at one point, and that's, I think, how they kind of got like this.
Based on the way that Rahi can clean sometimes, they've been in hell for much longer than tonight.
Everyone here give me an insight check as the Duke kind of takes his clothing back from you.
19.
19.
Bless you.
A
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
21.
21.
19.
19. Oh, it's okay. It was a group check. Everyone passed. You're able to notice. I think. Perfect. I think everyone here. I think there's just one common, like, just human experience that everyone kind of goes through, and it's the idea of kind of leaving home. And it's the idea, like, not leaving forever necessarily, but not having that immediate closeness to family, to your town, to your city, to your childhood home, to your childhood friends. And as you hand this back to the Duke, you all kind of get the sense that this was, like, the Duke has been wearing this outfit, like, cleaning, of course. He's been wearing this for the last several years, like, basically since he left his home in Alatur. And to see it destroyed in such a way, he's grown close with it. It was like a connection to his homeland. And of course, he has many, many other outfits. This one was special to him. And kind of watching it, like, be tattered in his hands, it's almost like he's watching, like, the death of a family member in a way.
Sorry that it's not the same.
It is okay. It is okay. As my mother, Amelie, as she says, change can be good. Change can be healthy. But, I hope to give them a proper send-off, and, hopefully my father will not be too furious that I am unable to return it to his wardrobe.
Well, I like what you're wearing now. I should say you look different, but a good different. You look like a new man starting a new life and a new chapter.
He comes in, he hugs you.
Oh. Speaking of new men and new habits and new lives.
Okay.
I like pull out of one of the bags that would steer the head in. I say, please close your eyes.
I love surprises.
Same with you, Habri. Please close your eyes.
Fine.
And then put your hands
I
together.
do a little drum roll on my lap. I do a little drum roll.
We need all four hands right next to each other,
All four
okay?
hands,
And
Okay.
I lay the head.
How did you
I
think
lay
it's a
the
puppy?
The bald puppy.
It's a squelching noise as you do it.
I lay the head so that when they open the eyes, it's almost like Ken is staring up at the sky.
This is awful. This is a terrible
like-
present.
All right, everybody, on the count of 3. 1, 2,
2,
3.
three.
Open up.
Ta-da! Ooh.
So the Duke throws up immediately. The Duke throws up.
Ta-da!
Rahi goes, awesome! Rahi is so happy.
Thanks,
I
I
do
did
that.
it myself. I thought you would be so proud.
Rahi looks at you and goes, great job!
Thank you.
Mud
Clean
is so
cut.
Mud is so oblivious to everything. Even Mud is like, oh, she's horny right now. Even Mud's like, she just leaned in for a kiss and then thought better of it.
Good job. The Duke goes, I apologize. I usually just stab people. I don't usually dismember them. Excellent work on this one. I am... Give me an insight check.
Oh no.
Bardic.
Bardic, what's that? Which one?
D6.
G6.
Okay.
I'm conveniently not showing off the tentacle I stole as well. That's mine.
You gotta get fused to put that on your body, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
That's 24.
With the 24, wow, incredible. With the 24, you get the sense Duke is thankful for this. The Duke, he's happy that Ken is dead. Ken caused a lot of pain to a lot of people, and certainly deserved this fate. There is just a hint, not towards you, but the Duke's pride is slightly wounded. That he was not able to dispatch this threat himself and, in his worldview, reclaim his honor.
We were trying to
Cast
save.
Revivify.
No, it doesn't work. They heal body parts.
It's been too long.
I turn to the Duke and I say, we were trying to capture him and let you have the final blow, but me and him both ended up in hell, and then Yasa got involved, and then we had to bring him back, and he was a dying man. He had to go.
And like he kind of realized like what he's shown on his face, and he goes, "Thank you for considering me. I am happy that the job is done. I just hope to prove more useful to you as time goes on."
That's fair. I think you are very useful. I think we all believe you're very useful. Yeah, I don't know.
Rahi, I need to go back to the ship.
Sorry.
Hurry! My apologies. My eyes are dry from the sun.
They look really wet.
It's an attitude thing. We
You cry?
we get dry eyes more easily because we are more connected to our eyes.
But your eyes aren't dry. They're like really, really wet.
Karen, no offense, I don't remember fucking asking you about my biology, about my eyes, but whatever.
Okay, gosh, I just was saying what I'm looking at. I'm sorry, man.
No, we're cool, don't worry. It's just, look, I'm a little bit emotional because I haven't really been useful in the combats that we've been having recently, and I've got to make sure I'm not just eating the food and playing with the dog on the ship.
Even if you
Hey,
were,
if
that
you
would be
can-
fine.
If you can get Temperance to like you, you're already killing it.
I'm giving him scooches and all the time, and whenever there's any kind of, he snarls when people get near me, we're cool. Was the dog and I
And the
fine.
hellhound?
Yes,
No.
what about the puppy?
Ah, yes, the puppy. I have been carrying it around the ship and showing it all of the things. I want to make sure that it has a wonderful existence and can kind of smell the air, and hopefully it will be chasing rabbits and off doing hellhound things. I'm not sure.
Where are we gonna find rabbits?
Not here. Nothing.
Not here.
Nothing grows here, and there's no animals here either. Just monsters.
It's just as important to have someone in charge of morale than it is to have someone who can punch very good.
Damn right. And the dude comes over to you all and goes, "You are a good Capitan."
Thank you for saying that.
Okay. And with that, anything else to be said to Rahi or the Duke?
Oh, take the head, do whatever you want with it.
That's not really.
I don't know. So you know how sometimes on the front of the ships they have those like mermaids, and there's like a big old head. What if we like combine that with Ken's head?
And so you want me to? And so Rahi goes, "So you want me to like take the head and take the skin off, and then put that like as a plate on top of the figurehead of the ship?"
No.
No, it was your
Okay.
idea.
Yeah, no, I realized this was not a good idea. I don't like that at all. We're good. You could just take the head.
No, you don't like that idea?
No, not because I'm just thinking it might scare away the octopus when we try to like catch them to eat for dinner at night.
It's a human head. If
You
anything,
guys are all terrible wingmen. We've been
Also,
both-
her, you said she could do whatever she wanted with it.
Yeah, do whatever you want with it. Have fun. Enjoy.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Okay, yeah, I can. I'm gonna get that done. She looks at
I
you and
lean
goes,
over to her and I say, and then I think about it. I look at Rahi and I shut my fucking mouth. And I shut my fucking mouth.
She goes,
I go,
Rahi goes, you know, it pisses me off how you have good ideas all the time. Just have a bad one. And then she flies away.
damn. She's down. I almost said Kate. I look at Olive and I go, she's down bad, right? Yeah, we all know this.
How do you know this?
I don't.
That's
I
how
don't know.
obvious it
Bye.
is.
Have a safe flight. We'll see you guys soon.
That's how obvious it is.
Even Mud knows. But does her?
No.
Her, do you know?
No, she doesn't know.
Bye. Enjoy the head. I'm glad you guys like it.
Join the...
Do we need to tell her? Do we tell her? Is that our
No,
job?
we should. She's figuring out a lot of things in general.
Yeah.
Let her figure this out on her own.
Yeah, I can't believe you can edge someone by just being oblivious.
I
That's
can't believe
crazy.
it.
Well, it's
Crazy.
also the ball is not in her court. It's also in Rahi's.
Yeah,
This is true.
that's so true. That's so
What are you guys talking about?
Nothing.
I'm hungry.
However,
Rahi sweeps back and grabs Luke and is like, bye! And he's just gone.
Bye, Harry. Bye, Lou.
And they go back to the ship. I shall
have to-
see you again!
are we gonna go see the
Yes.
cult leaders? Cause
There's kind of a feast thing going on, right?
We still have time. Yes.
I was gonna go see mine alone because
Yeah.
I've got a bone to pick with Sylvanus and
Really?
oh yes, I fucking hate him.
Oh, I do too.
Good.
May I
Good.
join you?
Sure, actually, yeah.
Why do we hate this this god?
I don't like him because in my mind, he's the reason why I didn't get powers. And when I asked him why, he didn't answer. So,
Oh, he does that a lot.
hmm.
He does that a lot. He doesn't answer.
Then I
I,
also hate Sylvanus. I hate him too.
Fuck it, all me and my homies hate Sylvanus.
Yo, I hate
No,
Sylvanus.
It's interesting, you know, in our world, there are rules, right? You pay to a god and eventually they answer. If you're taught, if you're good enough, if you're smart enough, if you have enough faith, they'll answer, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I prayed for 30 years. No, how old am I? Fuck.
You look great. Wow.
I look bad. I'm like 26.
That tall child looks
He's
terrible.
Get some rest, tall child.
I prayed to him for most of my life. And he never answered. You know, he's like any other god. They have their favorites, and I'm not one of his. Feel like I kinda snuck past the bouncer into all of this, so yeah. He's a fucking joke. He's a joke.
Let's just be
Boom,
careful
roasted.
with the cult leaders and saying this language because they think we are from these gods.
That's
Who's my cult for, Mr. DM?
Your cult
God of
is going to be
War.
for Tempest, the god of war.
Never mind.
What's boy? Okay.
Yeah.
And a bad like a Barbie. Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Here's what we're gonna say. Excellent idea. If you want to meet the cult leaders, you definitely can. If there's anything else you want to do, well, okay. If you want to go for the cult leaders, I'm gonna say we're gonna meet one and then end a little bit early. I'd rather meet one and then kind of end off like with no cliffhanger, nothing crazy. It's 10 o'clock. We don't have a lot of time. So, what do you guys want to do?
Okay.
Let's go punk that dude.
Yeah.
Or at least
What?
some of you go punk that dude.
Well, we're not meeting the
it's
god.
fine,
We're
it's
just
fine,
meeting
it's-
his people.
Actually,
Yeah, but he's probably like listening or something, maybe.
No, he's not.
No?
That's a funny joke. He's like the only god who doesn't. Anyways.
But does Mud want to go alone?
I'm actually, I want to, hang on. No, Mud doesn't want to go alone.
Okay.
Mud will, everybody's welcome to come if they want. It just might get a little intense. I'm not gonna burn any bridges. Well,
We just don't want to set them off, and then
I'm not
have
gonna,
them.
yeah, I'm not, like, if there's, like, I'm not gonna hit the big red button, I promise.
AJ's job will be to hold Mud back when needed. Get in his face and be like, "It's not worth it. It's not worth it."
Hold it back! Hold it back!
I'll hold you back.
And you
I'll
can
hold-
do it so much easier now because Mud is just a druid.
Exactly. I'll hold Mud back.
He's just a scrawny druid.
Stay in the box.
Stay
Ah,
no!
Stay in the back.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Going to go visit the cult of Sylvanus then, sounds like, right?
yeah.
Yeah, DM, is it at above the table? Is it doable to like get all the leaders in a room or nah? Is it better to just do them individually?
Absolutely not, because some of them are opposed to each other.
Ah,
Now, if you wanted to wait for the feast, you could meet them all at one. Like, everyone could kind of go around the feast and kind of like meet them all there. It's like a sanctioned event of like peace.
Ah.
But you're gonna be going to like, essentially, you're gonna be going to like a druid's grove that's protected from like the monks of Umberly. That's protected from the fucking like the
Yeah.
Inquisitors, like the god of Tempest people. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Wait, so which god is Sylvanus opposed to?
so okay. Excellent question. So technically, I had to get a little bit flexible with this one. The god of Sylvanus is opposed to the god of Umberly.
Okay.
So the reason, and I'll actually just let you know above table, the reason for that is because Sylvanus, while also being a nature, like some of these gods have like separate domains, while also being a nature god is also the god of the sea. More specifically, it is a god. It's kind of like Velker, where like sailors will pray to this god of the sea for like safe travel to get where they're going, like without rough waves, without horrible storms. Umberly cultists, where some of them worship Umberly in the sense of just like the deep, dark, still, peaceful water of the depths of the ocean. Some view Umberly as like a death cult, essentially, where it's all about drowning. It's death by sea. It's the absence of fear because drowning is the most peaceful death one can imagine. And so, like, those ideologies would definitely conflict. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. And, like, there's also, like information, misinformation about like sirens or other beasts of the sea come from the depths and come from Umberly to kind of like bring sailors down to kill them, which is not something that that Sylvanus would do as the god of like peaceful seas. So
Yes, let's meet these. Well, they're not chosen. They're. I don't know what to call them. Let's go meet these Sylvanus freaks.
Yeah. Let's go fucking talk to him.
okay, hell yeah. Let me change the music then. And also, by the way, if anyone needs to take a break, we can take a break whenever. My idea was no break because we're gonna be going for like maybe 20 more minutes. But if you want to take a break, we can. Just want to poll everyone.
Good for me.
Got it. Okay. Deeper into the city of Zarigo you go. Heading off of the main path that leads to the temple. Just asking around, seeing some of the impromptu signs, others kind of like gesturing you to the correct location. You are directed to an old, dilapidated internal garden, like an internal growing area. What could be considered a greenhouse, like a larger kind of greenhouse, but instead of glass, it's like what it was properly aerated. It had like channels of water running into it. Now everything is destroyed. It is no longer functioning the way that it is supposed to. And you're able to notice that it is a greenhouse because growing out of the ceiling, like basically like I'm talking like a towering like 20-foot tall tree, you're able to notice an enormous tree of some variation that is dead and wilting and dry and is like basically more of tinder than like a living, breathing thing. Because again, nothing can grow here. And you guys are able to walk up and are told, you see a sign, you get the general sense that this is known as the Ashen Grove. And you are able you come to the door, and you can enter inside whenever you wish.
AJ, make sure to hold me back if I get too heated, okay? Thank you, my guy.
I got you.
Hell yeah. I wipe Ken's blood from my moonsicle so it's clean on my pant leg. Put it back down. I have my shotgun across my back. And I'm going to wild shape Constellation of the Chalice.
What does that do?
That is going to make it so every wisdom and intelligence check I make, if it's below a 10, I can act as if it was a 10.
Killer. Absolutely awesome. No problem at all. All right. Anything else?
I'm gonna give Mud Bardic just so he has it.
Thank you.
Like,
I will definitely need it. I'm not very smart.
I'll just stay behind Mud on the other side of him, whatever side AJ's not standing behind.
Okay. Got it.
And I'm just gonna turn to Olive real quick and be like, and also don't, if you need to like rant at them too, don't let me get in your way, okay?
Alright.
Okay.
AJ will hold Mud back, I'll hold Olive back.
Okay.
I look at Karen and go, I don't know if you can.
But I'd like to.
Oh, actually, he just realizes something and he goes, oh, okay. Anyways, and then
Okay.
into the greenhouse we go.
As you guys enter inside, you are able to notice that there are many kind of like robed, like I'm talking like very traditional druids, like not even like wearing like any kind of like leather armor or anything. I'm talking like full on like monk robes of like gray and like robes that are like orange with red accents with gray in them. There's not a lot of greenery in the scenery, really. It seems more like those kinds of like more like autumn, like fall-esque colors. And as you enter in, everyone here, give me a perception check.
Guidance.
7.
My coin, because that was a natural one.
Okay. We treat that as a
26.
dirty. Wait, 6?
26.
26. Okay.
9.
9, 30.
19.
19. AJ, Mud. I mean, Olive and her. You guys kind of take in like the environment around you, and what you're able to realize is that there are essentially like elevated gardens, like those kind of like elongated like garden troughs, and in them are just the most dry, incapable soil you've ever seen. And you're able to notice like there are small little like maybe some like emergence of some root systems or stalks or whatever, but nothing that could ever produce food. It seems that there are people here that are trying to make food and it's just not working for some reason. However, you guys are then also able to see that like off in the corners, there's fire everywhere here. You're able to see that there's like a large bonfire like in the center of this kind of like long room, like right next to the long like dead burned tree. You're able to notice there are like braziers and there's like torches. It's very warm when you walk into this room, and you're able to watch like around the campfire. You're able to see these again, all races, all sexes, all genders, like druids of all variations. They like focus in and they go, and you're able to watch as a loaf of bread, like a small like loaf of like a roll essentially, appears in their hand. But you're able to notice that it's like gray and it has like holes in it, and you watch as they go and they toss it on the fire, it being moldy, it being inedible. However, what Cowrie, Mud, and AJ see is at the foot of this grand burned and blackened and like dead tree. In between, like basically in between the bonfire and the tree, you're able to see a figure that definitely stands out amongst the rest of them. You are able to notice, and I'll say, like, Olive and her, you guys notice this as well. You're able to see an Omikir. And to those that don't know what an Omikir is, I didn't either before I looked it up, it is a deer folk. You're able to see that it is a white-tailed deer folk that, like, basically stands on its hind legs, but has, like, human hands, like human arms and human hands. You're able to notice that, like, traditional deer head, brown fur, black eyes, wide pointed ears, like brown fur like covering its body, as well as horns. This is a buck. And you're able to notice that this figure is like not super tall, maybe like 5'6", but including the horns, they're about 6'2", essentially. So like the horns like definitely add some heft to this person's appearance. And this is an 8-point buck. It has 8 points on either set of horns. And this figure's like sitting there as people come and give reports as you guys enter in. What do you do?
I can't hear you.
Damn it! Thank you for letting me know. How about I bring the microphone closer to
Whoa!
Wait a minute,
shit.
it changed. Wait a minute.
Oh, something changed.
Something just happened.
Something just happened.
What happened?
What you guys
Hang
are
on. Sorry, hold on. I'm sorry.
As Moss is figuring that out, what you guys are also able to notice is that, like about this figure, this figure's hands, this deer folk's hands, they're stained gray. Like where the fur should be brown, you're able to notice it's almost like a fully covered like tattoo. It's like a light gray, almost like an ashen gray stain going up like almost to their elbow on both arms. And in addition to that, you're able to see that within like the 8-point buck like antlers that he has, you're able to see jewelry that's very similar to like dangling earrings, but instead of jewels, at the end of each of like the chains like hanging down like in like the cages that are his antlers, there are 2 open flames within silver trays.
As before Mud crosses the threshold, he just kind of gets like a ping of the old ways of how he used to live before the attack on the ship, and he slips his shoes off, so he walks in barefoot.
Incredibly respectful. You walk in barefoot. Do you approach this figure, looking through the flame? Wisps of orange and red flame as more logs are tossed onto the fire. This figure notices you through the flames.
I'd like to do a nature check, if I could, like, with my bare feet on like the soil of this space. Could I feel more so of what maybe is blocking Verdant from coming here?
Yes, absolutely. Go right ahead.
Guidance.
Guidance.
I have to stop rolling with this dice. It's shit.
Shit, eh?
It's an 11.
That's an 11. It's something magical. There's nothing really more that you can glean from that, but something. You get the sense it's kind of like a rot, where something, it's either on this island, it's on Trum, maybe it's in the boneyard, who knows. Something is like infecting roots that's like preventing, and like, what's up?
Would it be something like Umberly's weapon as the goddess of death?
Potentially.
Infecting like the core of this island and where like the lifeblood of this island grows from?
Potentially. I mean,
Okay.
With an 11 you wouldn't know. I mean, that's a good theory though.
Okay. And then I wait for him, I suppose.
This figure stands up, begins walking over to you again, just hooves on stone as they walk over. Nothing in their hands, nothing like no weapons of any kind approaches you as he kind of like gestures his head and kind of like calls you further into the grove.
I follow.
You follow. Do the rest of you follow Mud as well?
I'll also take my shoes off before we come inside.
Okay.
And follow Mud.
Everyone's being very polite.
I'll do the same.
Okay.
I don't think AJ has shoes.
Just
on
pulls
right
off
now.
your legs.
It's a bitch to get shoes that fit.
Nico, we can't hear you.
That's why. Yeah, I have a tiger. I forget what Lollipop was. I have his leg and I have my leg, so I have two very different sized feet.
A
So.
tiger? It's just
What was Lollipop? He was
He's
like a
he's just
fey
a fey.
something.
He's a fey
Yeah.
human, basically, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought he
I
was
don't know
made
why
of
in my head he was.
candy. I mean, sorry.
Y'all just
No, not
making up
cotton
lore.
candy.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I definitely don't have shoes.
Peppermint.
yeah, it's like a sweet-smelling, rotting leg that you have.
Ew.
I'll take off your shoes. You all enter in, and meeting basically like just past the bonfire, this figure like stands before you as all of these druids like kind of look at their current leader like and their new leader talking for the first time, along with the rest of you kind of like gracing them with your presence. As this leader looks to Mud, looks you up and down. So you removed your shoes
Old habit.
in accordance with the old traditions of groves long since forgotten.
Where I was born, the trees were tall enough to block out the sun.
You mention when I was born, and smack, clean across your face, open palm smack right across your face, turning your head to the side. Slaps Mud across the face and immediately goes, "You motherfucker!" and grabs you, like tries to grab you like by the shirt. What's everyone doing?
I'm
running at him.
interjecting.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Running
I'm
at him.
raging.
Everyone
No.
also, welcome in Forge Lore with the raid. Awesome, came in at the perfect time.
Oh my god! You picked the perfect time! I just got bitch slapped across the face for saying I was born!
All of the druids immediately stand up, not really sure what to do.
I want to punch him as hard as I can in his face.
As you go ahead and give me, I'm gonna say either an athletics check or an attack roll, as he grabs onto Mud, and goes, "You motherfucker, just once again here!" And tries to like it's trying to like, take you to the ground, basically.
Okay, so athletics, I got an 8 plus 5 for a 13.
13.
Do you still have that bardic?
What? I don't know. Maybe I won't need it. Do I need it?
5 on the die, plus 3 for an 8. So you want to clock him right across the face, right?
Yeah, and I just want to scream, and you believe in a fucking quiet god!
Okay, so he like grabs you by the shirt.
I want to bust a few teeth out of his fucking mouth.
You hit him right in the snout. So I'm gonna say like with that difference, he goes to the ground basically, and immediately all of the druids around you guys, you are all able to watch as like some of them race towards you, like trying to like basically get their hands on Mud. Like it's a crowd that swarms you basically. As some of them go towards this deer folk, some of them go towards Mud. What are the rest of you doing to like help out?
I've pulled my gun and I point it at the druids that try to approach, and I say, "By Umberly's command, do not interfere."
All of you say that, and immediately fire bolts appear in their hands as they begin to try, it's like a Mexican standoff, basically, where like that's the worst thing you could have said.
Yeah.
Okay.
I step in between all of this as I'm raging with all my arms and all the thunder and lightning coming everywhere, and I'm gonna try to stand in between all of between Mud and the deer folk, between Olive and like the people trying to potentially attack them.
Okay, got it.
I've got I've got my fire hand pointed at the people Olive's dealing with, and I have my mouth like dripping with like poison at the guy that Mud is dealing with.
God damn! And then what's Cowrie doing?
I was diving for the deer folk, but now everyone's got fire at Olive.
I want to raise my hand and I want to let out a guiding bolt from it as like a flare to be like, fucking everybody back up!
Okay, got it. I'm gonna need a group intimidation check. Everyone here, I'm gonna need you guys to beat a DC of, we're gonna say 17, okay?
Okay.
And also, welcome in everyone from Forge of Lore. Very happy, super happy to see you guys. We're gonna raid someone in like 5-10 minutes, basically, see if we can keep the hype going. But we appreciate you. We hope you're having a good stream. We had a good stream, and thank you for being here.
Natural 20 for a 24.
Holy shit!
Dirty 20.
23.
21.
We're so scary.
Yeah.
I had a 15.
We've been through some shit.
15 is scary. We're scary.
So just to like see what everyone does in this situation, like as AJ, you have like your firearm monstrous arm pointed at them. Like two of them rush you and like get hands on you, like try to push you back. Like how do you repel them from you? Like how do you scare them away?
I wasn't even like, my arm was just out in their direction. I wasn't even looking. So then my other arm will just like also come up next to them and just like rev it in their face a little bit to be like, you don't want this.
Yeah,
bro.
you
don't want this.
And they back off immediately. What do you do with your arms?
I think as I'm standing in between all of them, I'm kind of just shouting at everybody, all right, everybody take a step back. And like, I'm just kind of like trying to intimidate as much as possible and like using some like my arms and my astral lightning arms to kind of push people back.
As the electrical arms come out, they like slash at a couple people, like missing intentionally, as your great axe like flashes into your hand as you boom out above these people. Cowrie, what are you doing to back these people up?
So I had been diving for the deer folk, but as soon as people start pulling spells that they're going to throw at Olive, I'd whirl around with 32 and I was kind of crouched as in between Olive and like I want to be close to Mud too with all of this happening, just to very much like kind of guard dog stance, ready to lunge at any of them.
Okay, we're gonna get back to that in 1 second. That's really cool. Olive, with your gun pointed out, you say that thing about Umberlee's Grace. Anything else that you add on to that?
Once they produce firebolts, I give like a little like, oh, that's cute, and I start beginning to. I don't cast it, but I go to touch my circlet and cast light, and I just cock my head at them. You want to find out?
Oh my god! And Mud, like, kind of clocking this deer folk to the ground. Do you, like, follow him to the ground? You kind of, like, knock him away from you.
I fall to the ground with him. I'm, like, holding onto his lapels. I don't think I actually cast Guiding Bolt. I'm holding on to both of his lapels and go, you are not the wounded party here! If I'm too loud, please let me know.
No, awesome. This deer folk grabs onto Cowrie really quickly. Cowrie kind of, like, being, like, next to there, and goes, like, you're following an asshole, you know that? You're following an asshole!
Me?
Yeah! Mud's a piece of shit! I was afraid you were gonna walk in here, you motherfucker!
I don't tell anyone what to do!
Go ahead and give me a quick history check, Mud, as this deer folk looks at you with pure hatred.
Is this somebody from Tangleroot?
Go ahead and give me a history check and find out.
19.
With a 19, okay. There's a very important part, Mud, because again, you have a heart now, you're a real boy, you're coming back to everything. And
literally have a heart.
There's this sense of emotion that washes over you as you look at this deer folk and you notice his like stained hands that are gray. And you look around to all the druids around you. You're in a druid grove right now. All these people are druids, but again, they're and again, like, not to be insulting, although growing things here is difficult, it doesn't seem that they're skilled in growing things at all, really. And that's when you realize that this is a circle of wildfire druids. And Mud, it clicks for you. There's a very important part of nature, burning, forest fires. It can invigorate soil. It's a lot of like healthy chemicals and healthy, just like it basically makes a place of growth more healthy and allows it to have some longevity to it. And so there is a market for wildfire druids within Tangleroot. You realize why you remember why there were people who had very important jobs of burning down the tangles of the mangrove trees to make sure that the soil and that the actual like places of growth for the crops for the food does not become dried out, so it does not become basically infertile. And Mud, with a 19, you flash back. And you don't know exactly why this person doesn't like you. But you remember this person's name. And you remember the memory that calls them to your mind. Whatever this person is called now, whether it is like the leader of fire, like the chosen of Sylvanas, whatever their title is now, you would know them as Clapper. Also known as the Clap.
Rip.
Unfortunate.
Another cruel name given by Slashclaw. And you remember that this freed druidic slave, was disliked amongst most of the druids within Tangleroot. For several reasons that we will get into next session, but the one that comes to your mind is back when you were in the box. And back when you could smell the sense of grass that would give you peace for those long days and nights where you were being punished. And then you remember the burning smell. About how the grass and the nature around the box began to burn. Yes.
I am white-knuckled, gripping onto his thing, like... and I think blood starts to trickle down Mud's nose. And he just starts shaking him. And he goes, "You motherfucker! You motherfucker! We got out of hell, and you do this?"
Look around you. You think these people don't follow Sylvanas, they follow me. I keep them safe. And you're not gonna walk in here and get more people killed.
That wasn't my fault! And I slap him across the face, and then I start weeping and collapse into his chest. And, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on him.
You start like,
and then
you start weeping, like your head goes to his chest, and he like kind of like at this point, like Cowrie kind of like keeping an eye on this. It looks like two people that don't. This is gonna sound kind of weird. Two people that don't know how to fight, like when they go to the ground, it's kind of just like a lot of like shuffling, basically. Like when I mean, because he's throwing shots that aren't doing any damage whatsoever. But like again, everyone here is like, and like trying to intervene. You guys are like pushing them back, basically, just kind of keeping that space for them.
I cast Cure Wounds, and I start like I'm shaking. I'm just saying, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It was not your fucking fault. I don't care about Sylvanas. I don't care about any fucking god.
Do
you know, and I pull him to sit up, and so we're looking eye in eye, and I go, I was born in the high trees of fucking Horcry. We lived through Tangleroot and all its rot, and I lived across the mop. I have seen the in and out of nature. I have seen its birth and its rot and its begging and its pride. Do you know what I didn't find in there? Fucking Sylvanas. I prayed to him until I was turned to compost.
He looks to you and he goes, "Fuck Sylvanus."
Fuck Sylvanus.
Get off me.
I do.
He lays there for a second. He kind of like props himself up and goes, like having you screamed out at the top of your lungs, he looks around and goes, no one here would have followed you.
I don't tell anyone what to do.
He stands up. He looks around to each of you, and goes, "Fucking scare me? What? Forearms, sword out, metal monstrosity, and someone touching a circlet? What?"
I came here. Sorry, you go.
I was just gonna say, you started it.
Yeah.
We just kind of intervened.
Oh, don't worry. No. He deserved that slap to the face. He deserves much more than that. But he said just the right words. Just the right words for a little bit of grace.
I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm not here to make you feel anything. I'm not here to get anyone else killed.
He looks around to the druids and says, we have to tell these people what to do to keep them safe. They are druids who cannot grow anything. And it is you and it is me that is keeping them from being thrown into the ash heap.
There's a rot somewhere deep in this island. And I think, and I look, I keep wanting to say Kate. What the fuck? I look to Olive. And I think, I know we're gonna fix it. But there's a place for rot, and it is out of balance right now. But when we do, promise me you're gonna do what you do best and you're gonna burn that fucking tree. So something better can grow.
Ashes to ashes. Looks over to you, Olive, and goes, "You can fix this?" You are muted.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you were very quiet, sorry.
You're crazy. You're
I'm
fucking
not.
crazy. I'm not muted.
God!
Oh,
I
wait.
can't.
Hydrate, guys. We gotta hydrate.
I already hydrated, I saw it.
I
You're
have
late,
no water.
you're late.
I have no water.
No water? Raw dog, no water? Oh my god, she's licking the inside of the glass.
I got water.
I look him up and down and I say, yes, I can. And if you help me fix it, we'll help you fix your dilemma. Because mud is going to kill Slashclaw. And if you'd like to be a part of that, I suggest you stop picking fights you can't finish.
Okay. If you can fix it, go fix it. And get the fuck out of my grove.
and he's going to turn and walk away from all of you.
I look up at that big fucking dead tree. And I think my fingers twitch around a guiding bolt. And then my hand clenches into a fist. There's no point. I won't fucking answer. I turn heel and I leave.
As Mud walks out, Clapper goes to some of the druids that like still have fire up as you guys are still like intimidating, like kind of keeping them back. He puts hands on them, and there's a certain like warmness as like these druids like they nod their heads and they kind of get behind him as he begins like moving them away and goes, "They won't hurt you. No, they're better than that, right?" He looks at all of you.
The internal monologue is, I'm definitely not, but Mud said it's over, so I will disarm and follow.
Mom says we have to leave the party.
Sure. Sure. We're better than that. What did you think about if you are?
Her and Cowrie, anything?
Put my sword away. And I'm hardly even looking at this guy. I'm just looking at Olive and Mud.
I'll put my arms away. And as everybody else is kind of like leaving this area, I just turn to him and I go, "Trust us, we're gonna fix this. We're gonna make everything better." And I walk out.
And you guys exit, having met Clapper and the druids of the Ashen Grove. 1 down, 4 to go. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. Ladies and gentlemen, we all having a good time.
Yes.
Yes.
What is this guy's deal?
Oh, Drew and I talked about it a little bit.
A little bit.
Angie.
I'm excited to learn. He's so mad.
He's an angry kind of guy. I was considering a lot of silly accents, and I was like, there's nothing that can convey fury, just like a good old-fashioned asshole. So,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I kind of hate him.
yeah.
Same.
I'm excited for you to learn his story if you choose to go down that path. By the way, all of the cult leaders here are to like show a representation of what these like druids and these like sects are all about. However, if you do not wish to engage with them, you do not have to. If you wish to work with a cult later, you can always go down that path later. There is no need. You're not getting like a new crew to like come on, like, you know what I mean? Like this is all like little like NPCs for fun, essentially. If you want to take them with you, you definitely can. I'm not gonna say no.
So
We're
Drew,
taking the world with us.
Does that mean Yorda's not waiting for AJ?
What? No.
What now?
Hold up. The All-God Cleric sent out a thing to all Storm followers trying to call them here. Does that mean Yorda and his pack is coming to this island?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, if they're not already here.
Absolutely. Drew's covering his mouth
no.
right now.
Is it a yes?
I haven't
Or is
shaved,
that
guys. I'm itchy. I was just talking. You're fucking weird.
Drew's covering his mouth right now and he's smiling.
We gotta take care of Hari and Luke.
Fucking A.
Harry and Luke.
They gotta
Oh
run.
fuck, were they gonna bring Rahi with them when they were all like blah 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 blah? Oh my god. The slap is so disrespectful.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn.
Well,
As soon as you
like
did that, I was like, this guy's done.
and also what I will say is, so 2 things. Number 1, Clapper disappeared. Clapper disappeared before you got shot. Clapper stopped being a part of Tangleroot before Mud's whole like memory thing. So you being alive doesn't faze him that much.
Yeah.
Number 2, what the fuck was number 2?
Damn it. Yeah, you guys are just very smart. You're putting together all the things. Yes, this was the one because like to give a little bit of like, insight very quickly before we go to bed because it's late. I didn't want like every okay, this is gonna sound kind of weird. I didn't want every druid coming out of Tangleroot to be the same cookie cutter, like, oh, life's really hard and I need someone to come and save me. I wanted to kind of give it like a more like breadth of personality of like what would happen if a different personality suffered the same trauma that like Mud did in a way, essentially. And I think like with Piley, it was a lot of like fear and subservience and lingering trauma, and with Clapper, it is pure rage, pure fire in his heart rage. Which I think makes sense because like the circle of wildfire is like the destructive. It's like it's quote unquote like the second best druid subsection because it does the most damage, which is a lame way of thinking about it, but like it's the way that's the best equivalent that I can come up with. So yeah.
I love the idea of like, because of course the burnings would be done like as you're in the box in pitch darkness for days on end, and the only sense you have control over is your smell. Of course Slashclaw would make other druids burn down the only saving grace of that part.
Well, and there's also like a certain like amount of like factionalism where it's like I think it's a very human reaction to go like, yeah, you were forced to do this, but that doesn't mean I like you, like, you know. And so it's like I feel like wildfire druids were kind of like within the slave druids of Tangleroot, they were kind of the ones that were like, look, they didn't have as much as a community because they were a purely destructive. They had one job, and that was to basically be forced to make other people's lives miserable. So,
but yeah, and like, because I was thinking about it, like, why does Mud hate Sylvanas so much? And it's like, oh, Mud has prayed to Sylvanas every single night of his entire life, including the 10 years he spent in Tangleroot, and Sylvanas never answered.
Yep.
Sylvanas never answers anyone in Tangleroot. And so it's like, why would I pray to a god of nature who never answers when nature is just like to Mud, the idea of trying to put morality on nature is stupid and like a human folly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. We didn't get to AJ's big day.
Let's get
AJ's
another big day.
Next session.
The next the next day.
Clear your schedule next week.
So tomorrow.
If we can put them together, because we can do another short session, that'd be really fucking fun. But we can get to that later. But yeah. And then also, by the way, someone said disrespectful towards the slap. Who was that? Was that you, Moss? Important to recognize that the followers of the Ashen Grove are definitely not in line with you. They are definitely in line with Clapper, and Clapper showing you such disrespect. If you were like, hey guys, do what I say, they're like, why the fuck would we do what you say? He slapped the shit out of you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's why Mud just went.
Yeah, you did clock the fuck out of him. No.
Yeah.
Fuck magic. I got these hands.
My blicky.
So yeah, anything else we want to go over before we hop off for the evening?
I was really surprised by Olive being like, yeah, I hate Sylvanas too.
Yeah.
Mud was like, oh, okay, you can hang. Okay.
It's a bit trivial in comparison, but you know.
You forgot my birthday.
I was tortured every single night.
You didn't give me powers.
You didn't give me superpowers.
You didn't give me superpowers.
I begged you to answer. I pleaded.
I called you like a couple times, and I got bored.
Oh yeah, awesome.
And then I got powers anyway.
Powers anyway. But then someone else answered, and I was like, "Yay!"
I died believing in you.
I kind of died. I don't know. It's up in the air.
That's gotta be a clip for sure. Okay. With
Just
that,
cutting to me screaming.
Yeah. That's okay. Okay, but with that, I believe we are finishing up for the evening. Anyone that rated from Forge of Lore, we deeply appreciate it. Thank you for coming to the table. We have Alatua next week. Will we have another short session? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe next week. We'll talk about scheduling. But all I know is this was super fun. I have the best players in the entire world, and I cannot wait for the next time we're all able to get together. So everyone, sleep well, hydrate, hug your friends, hug your family, and we will be seeing you guys next time. Peace
Best
out.
DM in the world.
Yeah.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop,
See you
whoop.
later,
Whoop, whoop.
alligators.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Whoop, whoop.